Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Black Clover. Last time around we had Not in the Slightest, where basically the Queen of the Witches induced a anime transformation in Asta, and he became what I refer to as the One-Winged Demon. I'm sure they'll give a name to that form at some point. So he became the One-Winged Demon, powerful enough to defeat Ladros and his incredible firepower that he stole from Fauna. So, yeah, it was crazy. Big ol' anime fight. And the animation was through the roof. And at the end, they were kind of worried, is Asta still in control? But he was still himself. Like, this didn't, change him at all. However, the Queen of the Witches then showed up and was like, well, I'm going to just use you now. And was basically controlling him through her blood that she put into him when she healed him. And now she's going to use Asta as a puppet to kill everyone else and cause, chaos and rampage across the earth. So problems. Problems. That's kind of where we are today. So, yeah. But yeah, that is pretty much where we left off. Like always, the reaction is in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Black Clover. Here we go. It's just a cat. It's just a cat. It goes boop, and then destiny changes. I love that. Probably one of the edgiest characters. Witch edgy, but still. A lot of witch edgergy. Edgergy. That didn't work. Okay. All of this. It's perfect being with her blood magic. The Queen of the Witches and her blood magic. Taking control of the anti-magic swords so that she can lay waste to everything that is not perfect. She got booped by a cat. This came out at Christmas, December 25th, 2018. This was this is the Christmas episode. Actually, I would love to see a Black Clover Christmas episode. That'd be funny. Well, next week we're gonna do the Thanksgiving special that they have on here. So, which is strange. I didn't know they celebrated Thanksgiving in Japan, but well, I guess they just do in the Clover Kingdom. So, oh well. I mean, obviously they don't actually celebrate Thanksgiving in Japan, but I don't know. They hardly celebrate Christmas either. So, they get their own shit. So, it's a cat. I love that. I love there's not even really, there's that one slightly intimidating shot where you just see the eyes, but it's other than that, no, it's just a cat. I love it. I love that so much. And it's Asta slicing off Noelle's head or stabbing through her or cutting through Finral and stuff, and it's oh, how do we prevent that? We just kind of nudge him away and then he misses and it works, And then I love too that he's got his sword and literally all the cat does is just just lightly tap on his hand. And his sword hits his head. Boom! All the blood magic is gone. It's I never thought about that. In fact, it's kind of weird that he's not just immune to it anyway. Because it's funny that it has to be the tap of the hilt or something. However, or I guess, well, that's kind of the hilt's I guess that's the guard. I don't know sword terms enough, but one tap of the guard drains, gets rid of all the blood magic. But he's holding the sword. Now that once they put it like that, it's wait a minute, can't you just, wouldn't that just undo it anyway? But I guess it has to be an active tap, so. Yeah, the handle is just wood. The rest of it is anti-magic metal. That's just wood, so. Even though it's clearly not. It's clearly metal like the rest of it. That'd be funny, actually, if that was the reason. So, it's just a cat. I mean, in the same way that it's just oh, how is it that, Yami came to the forest of the witches and saved Vanessa? And it's like, he really didn't. He was off doing some training, wound up in the forest of the witches. Everybody started screaming and attacking him. The queen came down, was pissed. They fought for a bit. He realized he couldn't defeat her right then. So he made a tactical retreat, wound up in the tower where Vanessa was being kept. And yeah, didn't even really save her, just kind of talked to her like a normal person. Well, as normal as Yami can be. But it's just like, it is my destiny to be locked up in this tower by the queen. And he's just like, oh, that's stupid. That's stupid. You should decide your own fate. I'm gonna leave. And then he left, I do also love seeing... I wonder... See, I don't know. I don't want to tempt fate on looking up character ages, so maybe you guys can leave it in the comments for me. Although, no, we looked up how old Vanessa is. She's 24. What I need to know is how old Finral is. Because that was the thing. It's like, okay, if I were to guess... Okay, I guess here's the question is, how long has she been with the Black Bulls? Because, like, they show little flashbacks of, like, when she first joined the Black Bulls. And, she first joined the Black Bulls. And, like, there was that moment, little baby Vanessa with her thing. And little baby Finral with a bouquet of roses for her. And it's like, yeah, of course, but I don't know. If I were to guess, like, how old was Finral? And how long... Yeah, like... Because if I were to guess, I would say that she was about 15 when she joined the Black Bulls, which is about the same age as Asta and Noelle. If that's the case, she's been there for about 9 years. But how old is Finral that he was there when she first joined? You know the thing, too, because we always thought, well, I always thought, that the reason that she had to join the Black Bulls was because she is incredible with thread magic, but she's an alcoholic. And it's like, no. That comes later. She actually joined the Black Bulls probably because she saw he was there. She saw that Yami was there and was like, well, if I'm going to join anyone, I'm going to join the guy that saved me, And obviously, he would have been like, oh yeah, that's some impressive stuff you got there. I'll take her. So, like, we don't know if she actually got offers from anybody else. I mean, I guess you could say it's entirely possible, because we saw this with Ghosh, where Yami just let him join, basically. That I guess it's possible that she didn't even go through the test. She just joined the Black Bulls, Maybe. I don't know. I like that. I love this fucking show. You know what's nice? I'm starting to see people talk about this show, which I probably saw people talk about this show before. I just didn't know what the hell they were talking about. And I'm not seeing spoilers or anything, by the way. I'm not saying, like, I'm seeing people talk about plot details. I'm literally just seeing people reference Black Clover, like the characters and stuff. Just this morning, actually, I was on Twitter, which is a terrible start to the day, by the way. Don't ever do that. But I did that, and but I saw, like, there was discourse over the death battle video between Deku and Miles Morales, and it was like, oh, who would win and stuff like that. And then someone just posted a video where it's like, oh, it's Deku versus Miles, and it's like, oh, well, Deku is, like, so much more powerful than Miles, and it's like, yeah, but Deku would absolutely be clapped by Asta. And then that was just the entire video. It was like an American Dad edit where it was just Asta beating the shit out of Deku. And I was like, oh, I know that. And they started playing, like, the first OP from Black Clover. I was like, oh, I know this. I know these things. I understand that reference. So I'm really happy. I'm happy to be a part of this fandom now. So, which is not something I can say about most fandoms. But yeah, it's like in all of this. I mean, it's like with last episode where it's like, oh man, does the power, does the one-winged demon power, does that have, this crazy effect on Asta's mind and stuff? And it's just like, no, it doesn't. He's fine. He's still him, He's still him. And I like that. He's too strong a personality, you know? Like, you can't overcome that. And that's incredible, you know? In the same way, it's like, oh, how did Yami end up in the Forest of the Witches in order to save Vanessa? It's like, he was training there. They started attacking him. He wound up finding Vanessa and was like, why don't you go do what you want, you know? And then he left, and then she followed. That's it. That's all it was, you know? And it's like, oh, how do we defeat the super edgy Queen of the Witches with her blood magic? A cat. A cat that knows exactly when to boop someone. And it's funny because normally you boop the cat. Like, you get a little boop. So. But, no, the cat boops you. How many times can I say boop in this episode? I feel like I gotta put that in the thumbnail now. I love that. It's like, oh. And it also, like, because I put on here Rewind, that it's like, oh, it's like it's the power of Requiem, Golden Wind Requiem, or Gold Experience Requiem. But at the same time, it's like, it kind of not. I mean, I guess it kind of is, because the Queen of the Witches saw the other version, but it's like, they didn't, basically. She's the only one that sees it. But I did like that, where it's just like, she starts saying the same thing again. It's like, oh, this is exactly what Diavolo went through. Oh, God. And yeah, it's just, how do we do this? You know, she's using her ultimate blood magic to control Asta, the one-winged demon who can destroy any and all magic and everything. It's just like, which I guess that also, by the way, confirms the cat is not magic. The cat is not magic. It's just fate. You cannot defeat fate, even with the anti-magic swords. Like, that's not magic. It's fate. She tried attacking the cat. It didn't work. You know. And now Vanessa's got a little kitty cat on her shoulder. There's something about that I do like. I mean, it goes all the way back to, you know, Pokemon, probably before that too, but Pokemon is the thing that popularized that, you know, putting Pikachu on your shoulder and stuff. But it's just like, man, that's always a really nice thing, you know, just having some sort of animal companion on your shoulder. So I don't know, man. I don't know. This is great. Shit's so great. It's just a cat. It's just a little goofy cat. It's a little goofy kitty cat. And it's not even doing, like, you could go the sort of, like, scarier controlling route of a cat, of, like, you know, like, it has claws and, like, swipes at someone or anything, or do literally anything. You know, a cat can be intimidating. But it's just like, no, it just literally acts like a cat. And just, you know, just kind of rolling around, meowing, and then it just runs up, a light tap, there you go, crisis averted. But without making Vanessa way too powerful, I feel like, you know? Because controlling fate itself is kind of a busted power, but I feel like they've done it in a way where it's like, I don't think it's that busted for this, so that's good. But yeah, this shit is so good. This shit is so peak. How do people sleep on this? Like, fucking, why the hell did I waste my time on My Hero Academia when this existed? Jesus Christ, you know? I mean, hey, those first 4 seasons of My Hero were great, but this shit? I mean, I've basically gone almost the same amount of episodes, I feel like. You know? We're 64 episodes in. I don't know what that equates to in My Hero Academia, but it's just like, Jesus, look at all this shit, you know? Look at all this shit we can do. At this point in My Hero Academia, he was still on fucking 5% of One for All. Meanwhile, Asta's the one-winged demon. The one-winged angel demon thing, swords. Something like that. You know? Shit's great. Shit's so peak. It's a fucking cat. I love that. I love it. It's a cat. It's a cat. Because what else would it be? It's Black Clover. Of course it's a cat. It's Black Clover. Of course they're just going to make the creature that is fate, destiny manifest, is a little cat. It's a little cat. And of course, because what goes well with a witch? A cat. Now, normally it's a black cat. This is a red cat. That's fine. It still works, though, because it contrasts well with her, with her colors, because she's got the pink hair. She's got this sort of more red, I don't know what color, darker red, more scarlet, I guess. I don't know. But of her outfit. But then you have her black bull's robe, and then her hat. And so the cat kind of fits in well, like, with all of that, so I would say that works out, even though, witches, black cats, that does kind of work, but at the same time, it's like, no, I like that. We need to bring back more characters that have an animal on their shoulder. You got Ash and Pikachu, you got Vanessa and the Fate Cat, you've got Manabu and Yandistar in Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. Most of you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but in Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, there's a character who has a talking cat. She's an alien, but she's a talking cat, and they're partners in, like, the show's equivalent of the Men in Black. So, and they're pretty cool. And well, I could go into that, but you should just go watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. Even if you're not a Yu-Gi-Oh! fan, just fuck it, go watch it. I don't care. It's a good show. What's another example? We need more examples. I don't know, but we need more examples. We need more person and animal creature on them, to an extent, I would say, like, Link and Midna from Twilight Princess. She's not an animal, but she is tiny creature that is often, like, near, like, his shoulder. She, like, floats up. I guess she's not that small, honestly. She's smaller than Link is, but, she floats up and kind of rests on his shoulder just a little bit, so, yeah, I like that shit. I mean, that's the thing, because I made a tweet about this a little while ago, but it's like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this aesthetic is, but it's like the entire aesthetic of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess and Black Clover and, like, the Phantom Knights from Yu-Gi-Oh! And, like, the 12th Doctor. I don't know what this aesthetic is, but it's my favorite aesthetic, and I love it, so. I don't know. I'm talking about nothing now. It's a cat. I love it. Let's move on. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all my Black Clover reactions, as well as another thing you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.